got a flag as you're just kind of hanging out, notice she was a little bit flinchy when I first let it lay on her head. This is a great time to just let them wear that thing if they can, But anyways, so if somebody had really awful timing, then if they got that horse to even shift his weight back, they should consider themselves lucky and be done and move on to something else for a little while. But if somebody had really good timing and they were able to really sync up and were good at getting that horse to learn to back up, well, that person, they could do it for 3 hours, and the more they did it, the more that horse would love it, and the better he would get at it. Right? So a lot of how long should I work on something, it depends on how good you are at letting that horse know that that's his favorite thing to do in the whole wide world right at that moment. But if you're moving their hip and they go to move your hip and then you knock them 8 more times or something like that, well then if you even get them to move it one time, you probably ought to quit for a few minutes and do something else, because otherwise instead of getting him to where he loves moving his hip, you might get him where he hates moving his hip. But I mean, and I'm not saying I have perfect timing, sometimes mine get annoyed with me, stuff like that. But that's why you gotta focus on yourself, and you gotta just slow your brain down, and every now and then you guys even even this horse will turn around pretty good, as you saw earlier. For my mind and her mind, every now and then, watch how I'm just gonna force myself to just get a dumb look on my face, slow everything down. You think, well, man, Carson, you were spinning that thing, and it looked good. Why would that matter? To keep me right up here, and keep me where I'm not just. You gotta have them be methodical, and to get that, you have to be able to get methodical up here, and then you gradually introduce speed to that, and you practice keeping methodicalism in the speed. If you're really bad at lunging, if you can get them to walk around you one circle, or maybe you're not that bad at it, maybe the horse is just really bad at it. No. If you get them to walk around you for 1 or 2 laps, walk up and pet them for a few minutes, Now, a horse that has a little more education, maybe we go to lunge this and we'll be able to know, you got to trot 3 really nice circles, have 2 or 3 really good downward transitions, before we call it good per se. So you look at how much difficulty they're having, and if you get them to do that much better, you go, okay, here's a 3-second break. And then a few minutes later, they, wait for me to give you that much for a 3-second break. So yeah, the amount of time that you should work on something is solely dependent